Hey friend, hey, it's Denise Renee and we are back in my kitchen, and today we're going to talk about making time to rest. So today is Sunday, and if you Black and you grew up in church, you know what time it is. It's time to hit the kitchen. I grew up in a pretty large family with my aunts and cousins, so Sunday was like a huge production when it came to food, but I don't have a big family. It's just me and my son. And if you hear in the background, he's in there playing with his Oculus. I don't know what he's doing. But anyway, for a while, I have been working on Sundays. Previously, I had a job at a church as the lead musician. And then after that, I wasn't affiliated with any particular church for a while. And I started using my Sundays to work my side hustle. Became really necessary over the last year to like really make sure I'm like making all the money that I need. But after I had my little come back to Jesus moment, let's say, through the month of August, I've really reprioritized making time to rest and taking Sunday to at least relax, spend time with my son, and not try to be out there on the hustle for the money, because there are more important things in life than just money. Do I need money to keep a roof over my head and put food on the stove? Yes, I do. But these are precious times. Like, every day is a gift, and it's so important to stop and live in the moment. So I'm gonna get started with what I'm doing and we'll chat a little further. All right, so as I step back, my head's gonna get chopped off. I'm sorry, it is what it is. This is just the best angle that I can get for this camera. So what we got going on here is this. Before I left for church today, and let me say something about the church that I go to right now. It's not because I really want to go, and it's not because of my relationship with Jesus, because, you know, I get up at 4 a.m. and we be talking at that time, period. But my son just loves this particular church's young people environment. So he even asks me to come pick him up on Sundays when he's at his dad's house to go. When your child wants to go to church, you take them. He's with me this weekend. So before we left this morning, I decided to go ahead and season up some ground turkey. This is 2 pounds of it. And I seasoned up about, this is maybe about 8 or so chicken thighs, skinless, boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Those are my favorite part of the chicken to eat. And we're gonna get, because I find that if I at least have some things already kind of pre-prepped, some basic proteins, it's easy for me to just warm up some vegetables, and that's a meal for me. And the best time for me to do it is Sunday. So I do as much as I can on Sunday, so that during the week I'm not like, what are we gonna eat? Because then that is the time when I wanna run through somebody's drive-thru and I eat the food that's not great for me. I feel horrible. I start breaking out, which I did one day, 2 days this week. I wasn't really as prepared as I could have been. And, you know, the stuff's starting to break me out in eczema. So ain't nobody got time for eczema, child. What finna it is, I have some white onions and some green onions chopped up, and then me, lazy me. Anything I can do in the kitchen to make it easier, I will. I have some minced garlic, so we're gonna saute that up, and then we're gonna put our ground turkey in there and chop, 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 chop. In this little guy over here, I'm just going to like pan sear. I'm gonna put a little bit of avocado oil in the pan. Has a nice high smoke point. This is a really great oil to cook with. I don't like to heat up olive oil because they say it like loses its structure and all the good benefits and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of oil in there and just let it pan sear on either side and half cook my chicken. I realized that if I half cook it and then when I'm ready to actually eat it, I finish cooking it all the way to 165 degrees. It's so much juicier as opposed to cooking everything 100% all the way through. And then when you reheat it, it gets dry. You nobody got time for no dry chicken. And today we're going to be having burgers. So I got my burgers thawing out over there. I have all my stuff prepped. My French fries are in the oven. This says 265. Obviously it's not 2:65 p.m. I just have the French fries on really, really low because I know I'm gonna be cooking and prepping this stuff. So by the time I'm all done, the French fries should be at least halfway done. And then I just turn up the oven and finish them off. All right, And the only reason I'm not using this burner, I do have a big burner over here, is because I'm gonna zoom in. When it was hot a few weeks ago, I laid some plastic something down on it by accident, and I haven't figured out how to get this up. So if you know how to get plastic off of one of these type of glass top electric stove, please tell me in the comments, because I want to use my other big burner again. All right, so this is what we're looking like right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop in my ground turkey, and then chop for your life. All right, so while that is sitting there doing its thing for a little bit, I'm gonna drop a little oil in here. And we're gonna let that do what it do. All right, let's get back to chopping. Ground turkey is good and chopped, and so now I'm just gonna let it sit and brown and wipe the sweat off my brow. It's looking good. It's looking golden. This is what my first 3 pieces are looking like, just partially cooked. All right, because later on we're gonna finish these up when we're ready for them in the air fryer, and it's gonna have a nice crispy texture, and it's gonna be so juicy. Yes, cook baby, cook. It's smelling good. I love making a big batch of ground turkey because it is so versatile. You could do this with ground beef, or you can do it with ground chicken, but my child loves tacos, so they're great in tacos. He also loves quesadillas, so they're great for quesadillas. I can also toss it in some spaghetti sauce and call it spaghetti and meat sauce. So many uses. I like to eat a mix of chopped cauliflower and kale and season it, and I throw this ground turkey in it, baby. Okay? Do you make recipes with ground meats? If so, let me know what you make in the comments. Maybe I'll add it to my menu list. All right, so I'm gonna let it do what it's supposed to do. So let's talk about rest. So yeah, rest. You know, I realized that the closer to my milestone birthday that I get, the more rest that I need on a daily basis. So through trial and error, I have figured out that 7 hours of sleep every night is like perfect for me. I don't feel like I need to take a nap or anything like that. I don't need to take one of those like energy shots. I don't drink coffee, so I don't get caffeine that way. And then I don't like to drink like the Monster Energy. First of all, Red Bull tastes nasty to me. I can drink the Monster Energy, but it's like a big tall can, 16 ounces of stuff that I don't really want to drink. So when I need a little bit of extra energy and like to stay awake, I will take those little energy shots with the vitamin B and a little bit of caffeine and whatever. I try not to do those too often because I don't want to get addicted or used to it. Really, it's key for me to be able to just get regular sleep every night. But ever since I got sick in August, it's been really hard for me to get back on that regular 7 hours of sleep. Like my sleep is so choppy, I wake up every 3 hours. Usually it's because I have to run to the restroom, so I run to the restroom, like get back in bed as fast as I can so I can just like get right back into sleep. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But when I have 7 hours, I am at my peak performance. And whenever I do anything to jeopardize that, oof, my body pays me back. It's like, we gonna get some sleep up in this piece one way or the other. So when I take a nap in the middle of the day, it usually winds up affecting how much money I make that day. But I'm so serious about rest that I prioritize rest over the hustle and bustle. And the next level of rest for me has been really taking back my Sundays and giving myself a day where I just am way more calm than I normally am. Now, cooking is definitely work. And I shared with you before, I'm not that cooking girly. I don't love to cook, but I do love how my body feels whenever I prepare my own meals at home. So, you know, it's kind of like, you know, part of that whole health cycle. Rest is part of good health, and eating is part of good health. So if I'm not eating processed foods, I'm helping myself. So I don't mind that Sunday is my day to go ahead and knock out a couple of proteins so that I know I have something healthy to reach for during the week. So I don't know if I really look at it as rest, more as relaxation. So one of the things I do not like cleaning on Sundays. So I'm like, I need to either do that Friday night or Saturday night, not on Sundays, because I can't have 2 household tasks that I don't enjoy doing on the same day. Then that kind of cancels out the whole rest and relaxation. Let me turn this chicken around. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Whoa. You're looking good, real good. Look at this. Don't it look good? That look good. That look good. It smells good too. Child, I threw every seasoning I have in my closet, in my pantry at this chicken, okay? And it's gonna taste amazing. Okay, while we at it, we're gonna stir this too. Yes, baby brown, baby brown. We don't like no gray meat, we like brown meat. Okay, so the other part of rest and relaxation on a Sunday for me is also spending time with my son on the weekends that I have him. So my parenting schedule is that I have him every other weekend. Now the thing is, my child's love language is fun, okay? If there were a sixth love language, it would be fun, and it would be my child's love language. He loves to have fun, preferably someplace outside of the house, spending a whole bunch of money to do so. And for me, I'm like, I'm out of the house every single day. All I want to do is, can I sit down and relax and enjoy the place that I'm working so hard for? I am all about, listen, we got this little Netflix, we got this little Amazon, we got this little Disney Plus, let's use them. So I think I mentioned it earlier, we're doing burgers and french fries, and I actually bought some ice cream. And I asked him in the car on the way home from the supermarket, I said, when was the last time we had ice cream in the house? He was like, oh my God, it's been like 5 months. I'm like, bruh. It's been since July, okay? It's only been a month and a half. But yeah, so the other part for me is spending quality time with my son. So sometimes, you know, we may also go out to the movies, like after church, or we may go to something, you know, local. Every now and then I surprise him by going to Chili's or going to Red Lobster's. He loves them biscuits at Red Lobster's. I can't lie, I love them too, Joe. So, you know, we do little things that just keeps our connection, because I am determined that I'm not going to have no rude teenager on my hands. Plus, I'm not interested in having a separation of communication the older he gets. Like, no, we're going to get better at communicating the older you get. Now, I know he's not going to always want to hang out with mom, but you know, every now and then he wants to hang out with mom. I came home, I think, Friday night, and he just gave me the biggest bear hug. And usually he's squeamish around hugs. So I was like, hey baby, how you doing? Okay, thank you for the hug. I love it. Let's check out this chicken. Now these two, they still on the brownie strugglers. Yeah, baby. Brownie. Oh, that's neat. Give me 1 minute. It's just me and my son eating it. We share DNA, so it's okay. It's so good. Ooh, Lord. Let me put some more garlic in it. I'm gonna put in my little salt-free zesty seasoning over here. And my chicken is popping over here, so let's talk to it. It's talking to me. It's talking to me. Brown. All right, so those are cooking. These are gonna finish up, and I'm gonna finish up too. So on the weekends that my son is not with me, let me tell you, I enjoy, after my 4 a.m. prayer, getting right back on in that bed and laying down to whenever I decide. That's also actually a great day for me to do a lot of video recording. So I'll get up a little bit later, chill out, make myself some breakfast. I'm very partial to banana pancakes, like actually made with banana as opposed to flour and all that. Well, you may as well come on over. Say hi to the people. That's it. He's on again. No, he's lurking in the background. No, he's gone. All right. Usually that's a great time for me to do a lot of batch recording on my content for my personal channel as well as for my business channel. Then he gets dropped off a little bit later in the evening, around 6 to 7. We chill out, hang out for a bit, and we get ready for our next day. Let me tell you something. I look forward to my Sundays again. So tell me in the comments, do you guys have a day of rest and relaxation that you are very intentional about? Why is it important to you? Share with me down in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you like my blogging content, coming into the kitchen and cooking with me, chit-chatting a little bit, or my other videos that are a little bit shorter, a little bit sweeter, a little bit punchier, then make sure you have subscribed to the channel and hit the notification bell so that I can see you in the next video. Then it gets back to my food, child. Brown.